Hey guys, welcome back to Financial Professional. Today we'll talk about why Bill Gates is not as big as a genius you think he is. Let's head into it. Number 4. The smartest guy on the planet? According to evidence from a former employee of the American technology giant, William Henry Gates III, identified as Bill Gates, is not Microsoft's smartest guy in terms of real intelligence. Bill Gates is one of the widely regarded technology CEOs of the past and present generations, thanks to the multiple innovations of Microsoft, a company he co-founded with Paul Allen during their college days. In a shed, the pair founded Microsoft and presented the world with one of the earliest information technology developments. People understand Paul Allen and Bill Gates as geniuses of their generation. In the late 1970s, both of them dominated the computing industry to the present. The merger of the terms microprocessor and software was culminated in Microsoft supplying the world with the latest developments in machine technology. Since its founding in the Albuquerque garage in 1975, Bill Gates has been the chief executive officer of the electronic software firm. Gates has earned the satisfaction of being the smartest guy in Microsoft since then, although others also deemed him the smartest guy in the planet, on par with Apple's Steve Jobs. Number 3. Not Microsoft's smartest guy. Former employees and first-hand Microsoft administration observers expressed their views on the extent of the expertise of former software business leaders and supervisors. According to Microsoft's former senior vice president from 1990 to 1999, Brad Silverberg, on Quora, Bill Gates may not be among the brightest individuals in the industry. Silverberg still expressed high respect for Microsoft's co-founder though, stating that in decent and long conversations, Bill Gates often interacts with his employees. This contradicts Gates' claims though, who himself stated that he often left employees speechless with mind-boggling comments or concerns. In spite of the role of Bill Gates as Microsoft's big boss and strong intelligence, another business executive outsmarts him. Steve Ballmer, the longtime Microsoft CEO from 2000 to 2014, outscores Bill Gates on the Putnam exam. Silverberg reports.
You once beat Bill Gates, because you guys went to college together. You beat him in a math competition?
I did.
This is fantastic.
I did.
Bill Gates is indeed among the brightest of Microsoft, but this does not ensure that the co-founder tops this list as the most experienced of the company. Bill Gates' IQ is one of the world's top science CEOs, ranked from his SAT scores and Harvard submission up to 160 IQ.
What is your IQ?
When I was very young, I took some tests and I did well. I'm good at tests.
But what does that really tell us? Number 2. IQ isn't everything. According to CNBC, Bill Gates' 2016 Lin-Manuel Miranda interview has the Microsoft co-founder answering questions via Facebook from many fans. At one stage, a fan questioned the former CEO about the advice that Bill Gates would offer his younger self. He would recommend not to be naive about high IQ and intellect to his younger self, as it's not all in the world. Gates also considered that having a high IQ does not always make one successful at all. The range of abilities of an individual applied to their ability makes up the aspect of becoming an intelligent general person. This goes to show that although Bill Gates has a high IQ, it's still possible that he's not as big of a genius as you might think, especially because he oftentimes made some pretty dumb statements. Let's look at them in detail. Number 1. Dumb codes. The next generation of interesting software will be done on the Macintosh, not the IBM PC, said Bill Gates in a Businessweek article in 1984. Gates and Apple co-founder Steve Jobs were in good terms at the time, but once Windows for the IBM PC was released by Microsoft, the relationship fell apart. Microsoft teamed up with IBM to create a new operating system called OS/2 before Windows became a hit though. In 1987, Gates said, "I believe OS/2 is destined to be the most important operating system and possibly program of all time."
Of course, part of what you're seeing here is a strong message that we believe OS/2 is the platform.
For IBM, that didn't work out either. Microsoft didn't need IBM anymore and walked away from OS/2 once Windows 3.0 became a smash hit in 1990. For decades, IBM kept OS/2 going, but it officially died in 2006. There are no significant bugs in a released software that any significant number of users want fixed, Gates said in Focus magazine in 1995. He went on to say that just to fix bugs, nobody would ever buy software. It was true then, and it's true today. There are always software bugs, and people always want to fix them. For products as famous as Windows and Office, that goes double. The big change now is that bug fixes get to people quicker than ever, thanks to the internet. I see a little commercial potential for the internet for the next 10 years, Gates allegedly said at one Comdex trade event in 1994, as quoted in the 2005 book Communication Erstatter Transport. Indeed, Gates would make one of his most well-known blunders in his 1995 book, The Road Ahead. He wrote that the internet was a novelty that would eventually make way for something much better. The internet today is not the highway of information that I imagine, although you can think of it as the start of a highway. Gates realized a little too late in the mere weeks between finishing the book and getting to bookstores that, after all, the internet was taking off. He issued the famous The Internet Tidal Wave memo from Microsoft and reoriented the company in that direction. He published a revised edition of the book in 1996 that included much more on the web.
And then all of a sudden in 95, 96, just took off. Well, certainly the internet is very much at the beginning of what it can achieve.
What do you think about Bill Gates? Would you consider him a genius? Let us know in the comment section. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.